You're gonna need to keep this area clear from your shooting from here. So keep this clear. Again, keep this area clear because you're shooting from here. You're gonna block the shot. Okay. Okay. Let the team know. Just keep this.
I will now call the meeting to order. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Present.
Present.
Present. Here. 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 Here.
Present.
Here. Here.
Here.
For the citizen.
Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Here. A quorum has been established. We'll now have divine guidance from order from Ward 19.
Good evening. You may all be seated. I am going to talk about Black history, and I'm going to be brief, and I'm going to read a poem. It's a poem by Shakina Small. I'm Black history because. I'm Black history because it's a mystery how I survived the pain from my past. I'm Black history because I have a story about now. Now I can sing free at last. I'm Black history because I'm Black, I'm bold, and I have a heart of gold. And my integrity and character could never be bought or sold. I'm Black history because I'm alive today, when many of my Black sisters and brothers have passed away. I'm Black history because my family tree consists of those who fought and lived through slavery. I'm Black history because God's glory shines on me and my legacy will live. It will live throughout centuries. I'm Black history because I've been raped, abused, and misused. But none of these left an eternal bruise. Because I have to choose to forgive and forget. Instead of reliability, my affliction became my asset. I'm Black history because my lovely, fair complexion represents the many shades of Black skin. I'm Black history because I'm outwardly beautiful and within. I'm Black history.
Before I call the committee of experts, I would like to welcome everyone to the chamber. Tonight will be the mayor's state of the city address. I'm gonna ask the people in the back to please create a small pathway so the escort committee can escort the mayor in on that side right there, so that he can be walking. Thank you very much. And we will now call the committee of escort. Can I please have orders from board 4, 5, 8, and 16, please go out to the mayor. And can I please have the city town clerk meet me at the podium?
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
No more genocide.
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 Not in our name.
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 Let Gaza live.
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 Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Ceasefire now.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you all for being here. And I mean that, thank you all for being here. There's a lot of people here that are dedicated to public service in this room at least twice a month. But a lot of people in this room that haven't been in this room often, or perhaps this is your first time. And I appreciate you being here too. As is required by the charter, and also tradition for decades in New Haven, the mayor early in February gives his or her State of the Union speech. And I'm here to do that tonight. And then followed by the speech, the alders will continue with their regular meeting. So I'm very, very grateful to be here. President Walker Myers, City Clerk Smart, members of the Board of Alders, fellow New Haven residents, and guests. It is good to be with you once again and to provide an update on the state of our city. A month ago, we gathered at Lower Cross High School to inaugurate our new city government and take our oaths of office and begin the work together for 2024. And as you may recall in my remarks, I noted that our city has a big anniversary on the horizon, 10 years from now. In 2034, New Haven will be celebrating our 250th anniversary as an incorporated city, dating back to 1784, 250 years. With such a milestone, it is time to reflect on both where we stand as a city today and where we want to go in the future, the values we hold, the challenges we face, the progress we've made, and the continued work that's required to uplift more of our residents so they have an opportunity to thrive. In what type of city do we want to live in 2034? In what type of city do we want our children to live and inherit? Where do we want to make our base investments? What do we want to be known for as a city and as a people as we prepare to celebrate those 250 years? You know, in many ways, we think about this question every day, about who we are and how we define ourselves as a city. But in this past month, since our inauguration, we've begun a more deliberate journey together to envision and more thoughtfully consider what city we want to be when we arrive at this significant 250th anniversary. Last month, we kicked off our Vision 2034 citywide planning process, and over 150 residents showed up in person or participated virtually at our first community meeting in the Hill, eager to share their inputs and ideas about our city and its future. Through the Vision 2034 process, residents will have the opportunity to come together to help collectively develop our priorities, goals, and actions that will touch upon virtually every aspect of our life, and which will ultimately result in the creation of our next 10-year comprehensive plan that will serve as a blueprint and a policy guide for our cities. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to go to newhavenct.gov/vision2034 to learn more, sign up, and get involved. New Haven Public Schools also kicked off its citywide planning process to develop its next 5-year strategic operating plan. And over 1,000 people have already participated. Together, students, parents, teachers, administrators, and community members will help inform and identify priorities, goals, and strategies we put in place to support student learning and growth, and to ensure our schools are thriving educational environments for our children, families, and educators. It's an exciting time to be in New Haven because New Haven is hot. The secret's out, right? We're no longer just the cultural capital of Connecticut. Increasingly, we are a national and global destination well beyond our state's borders. Last January, New Haven was named one of the top 52 places to go in the world by the New York Times. This January, just a couple of weeks ago, Cosmopolitan magazine named New Haven as a top-tier cultural hotspot and encouraged its readers to pack their bags and go and visit. And we all know that New Haven's not a cultural hotspot because it has the trend-setting fashionistas. In the Cosmopolitan magazine profile, our cool, hip, and always fashionable director of arts, culture, and tourism Adrian Jefferson was featured in the story. Although, I must say, they might have overlooked something because I have one of the most impressive collections of blue-collar dress shirts of any residents that people in lots of blue-collar dress shirts. As the article knows, New Haven is a hotspot because all our city has to offer. And most significantly, in my opinion, because of our people, who, in the words of Cosmo, are, quote, gorged and diverse. Gorged and diverse. Now, I don't think I've ever used the word gorge before in a speech or even in a conversation, but it is true. From West Rock to East Rock, from City Point to Lighthouse Point to West River, Quinnipiac River, from Newhallville to the Hill, and every neighborhood around in the beach. Our city is filled with amazing individuals who are the essence of our city vibrance and strength. Probably something that you already all know. What's also true is New Haven is a place where more and more people want to continue to live, relocate to, work, visit, start a new business, and raise a family. And because of this, our city is growing in size, growing in strength, and continuing to grow in stature. According to the latest U.S. Census estimates, the whole city is now nearly 139,000 people strong. Since 2020, New Haven has had a population growth rate of approximately 1.8% per year. While on the flip side, Connecticut's other major cities have experienced very modest growth or declines during the same period. If this growth trend continues, and we have every reason to believe it will, when we celebrate our 250th anniversary as an incorporated city in 2024, soon thereafter, New Haven is on a path to be a city of 150,000 people and poised to be the most populous city in Connecticut. Currently, only Bridgeport is larger, with a population of 148,000. While we wish Bridgeport success, I have news for you, Bridgeport, watch out. New Haven is growing, and we're on the move. Importantly, as we grow, and this is very important, we must grow inclusively, equitably, and sustainably. Just as we have led the way in Connecticut in post-pandemic recovery by centering on inclusive growth and by prioritizing equity and sustainability, we will continue to do so during this next chapter of city's growth as well. Because the aim is not how does New Haven become a city of 150,000 people. The aim is how does New Haven become a city of 150,000 thriving people. The alternative would be to face this growth and try to remain a city of 139,000. But if we did so, as has happened, frankly, with many other cities who have experienced rapid growth, as more people move into New Haven, more of our residents would get pushed out. And that is an outcome we cannot and will not accept. We want everyone to be able to thrive. We must ensure that our residents who were born here, raised here, live here now, and made New Haven what it is today, are able to stay here and be beneficiaries of this growth. At the same time, we must ensure we remain a city that is consistent with our values, an inclusive city that welcomes everyone, and that is a haven for all. We want residents who come back to New Haven, the returning college graduate or individual returning from incarceration, to have the opportunities to make the young city their home again. And we want new arrivals from all economic stations and walks of life to be able to build a life here as well. The refugee, immigrant, young person starting off on a new career, or a growing family that is drawn to all New Haven has to offer. So to do right by our current residents and to be true to our values, we must embrace this growth, rise to the challenge, learn our lessons from other cities' successes and their missteps, so that as we grow inclusively, equitably, and sustainably. So the question is, how do we make that happen? I believe the first place we need to start is housing. The first place we need to start is housing. And that's where I like to focus most of my remarks this evening. In New Haven, there's a lot of building going on. You all see it every day. All over the city, shovels are in the ground and cranes are in the sky. Nearly all of our new construction is and will continue to be on vacant land or renovating vacant and unused buildings. But not only are we building, we're building lots more affordable housing too. While we still have ways to go, we can be proud that New Haven has been a leader in the state in affordable housing. Today, a third of our housing stock is affordable, second only to Hartford. And while I wish Hartford suggests, I have news for you, Hartford, watch out, your name is growing and we're on the move. Since 2020, when I first took office, approximately 1,900 housing units have been built. And we built and preserved approximately 900 units of affordable housing. Looking forward, there are approximately 3,500 new housing units in the pipeline. When you think about that, 3,500 new housing units in the pipeline, and approximately 1,400 or 40% of them are affordable. And that is a recognition of the work that goes on in this room every second. And let me be clear, our city of New Haven, and in particular, this Board of Alders, have dedicated more American Rescue Plan funds by far to the creation of affordable housing than any other city in the state, and that deserves evaluating housing numbers, that 3,500 number that you saw, doesn't even include the largest development that soon will be officially in the pipeline, which is the redevelopment of the 12-acre Church Street South site. While our Church Street site is still in the planning stages, we know the development will include a minimum of 300 affordable units and potentially up to 1,000 total units. And by the way, can we truly give Karen Boyce Walls and Dr. Boyce Walls because of their work actively acquiring that site, it allows us as a city to activate what we all know is a site that's been fallow for many years. Now, while we are building, we are not building enough, and we are not building fast enough. To make this happen, we need to build housing of all kinds, and for all kinds of people with all kinds of personal budgets. Deeply affordable housing, and market rate housing. The need for more affordable units is obvious, we all know this, given the number of cost-burdened families we have in our city. But we also need lots more market rate units as well, because those units increase the overall supply, which in turn keeps costs down. Also, thanks to the new inclusionary zoning ordinance, which this Board of Alders passed into law in 2022, anytime new market rate units are built, more affordable units must also be built as a part of that development as well. In addition, we also need different kinds of housing options as well. And that's why we introduced new legislation to you all to expand the number of and types of parcels eligible as accessory dwelling units. This new legislation would permit homeowners at 23,000 different properties citywide has the right to have the option of adding another residential unit to their property. And it would also permit different types of accessory dwelling units, including tiny homes. Further, in conversation with our residents and this body, we'll continue to explore and advance ways that we can lift existing barriers in the city zoning law to facilitate the responsible growth and create new housing as well. Now, while we continue to build new housing, we must also ensure that our existing housing stock remains and high quality for our residents. This includes helping more New Haveners achieve the dream of homeownership through our I'm Home down payment and closing cost assistance program, something that this body also supported. This provides eligible first-time lower and working-class home buyers with up to $27,500 in financial assistance, enabling more residents to put down long-term roots and to begin to build generational wealth for themselves and their families. That also includes ensuring our city's renters, who represent over 70% of New Haveners, are treated fairly, respected, and protected, especially by absentee or bad acting landlords. Every resident in our city deserves to live somewhere safe, clean, and affordable. To this end, the number of cases handled by the Fair Rent Commission has more than quadrupled in recent years. The number of inspections conducted by the Livable Cities Initiative has increased year-over-year by 66%. And when there's a lack of compliance and the health and safety of our residents at risk, we're taking those absentee landlords to court. However, despite these increased efforts, we all know there's simply not enough housing inspections to cover the rising number of units that have come online and that will come online. We currently have 13 housing code inspectors for an estimated 43,000 residents. Think about that. 13 inspectors for 43,000 units. That averages out to about 3,300 units per inspector. And while we've got a dedicated city workforce, and not every unit is inspected every year, I don't care who you are, it's just not physically possible for one person to inspect that many units. So in this upcoming budget that I'll be presenting on March 1st, I'll be proposing that we significantly increase the number of housing inspectors and housing staff so that we can get the job done for our residents. While we continue to do our job as a city government, we also need to continue to empower tenants themselves to organize and advocate for their collective rights and well-being as residents. And that is why this year I'll be submitting legislation to strengthen our landmark and first of its kind in the state tenants union ordinance, and to significantly expand the number of tenants and the number of properties eligible to be recognized in a tenants union. Now, housing authority affordability isn't just about the cost of rent or the mortgage. It's about lowering other housing-related costs as well. That's why the city's Office of Climate and Sustainability, in partnership with Neighborhood Housing Services, has been knocking on thousands of doors across the city to sign up residents for free energy efficiency audits and to connect them to home electrification resources, and that will help residents lower their bills and reduce their carbon footprint. It's also why the health department is working to connect residents to our Health Homes program and lead hazard reduction initiative to provide residents with access to thousands of dollars in federal funds to help test, remediate, and eliminate environmental and other home hazards. Finally, we know some of our residents don't even have a place to rest in bed. Sometimes life falls apart, and like cities across the nation, homelessness is on the rise in New Haven too. But unlike other places, we are committed to extending compassion, care, and holistic services to individuals experiencing homelessness. Whether that's through one of our 4 daytime navigation hubs, 3 winter warming centers, or 8 emergency shelters. And this board recognized the importance of expanding options for the unhoused by supporting the acquisition and opening of our largest and first non-profit shelter on Foxton Boulevard, which at scale will have 55 private rooms to serve up to 110 individuals. The site, which is now operational, includes wraparound social services and supportive case management to help connect people to more permanent housing. It has employment and job training opportunities, healthcare and mental health services, and other supportive services. And while much work remains, last year our Office of Housing and Homelessness Services and our community partners served over 1,000 individuals who are unhoused, unstably housed, or unsheltered, and successfully rehoused over 450 people for a permanent place they can call home. When other places say it's not a problem, New Haven steps up, and that should really make us proud. Now, with housing, it's not simply, if you build it, they will come. Rather, we have to remain a vibrant city, where people want to stay, where people want to be. And again, in all of this, our growth must be inclusive, equitable, and sustainable. We need a city with a healthy and growing local economy, a city where our residents have access and pathways to good paying jobs, a city where our children receive a high quality education that focuses on the whole child, a city where our streets and neighborhoods are safe, a city where our residents enjoy a high quality of life with great parks, great public transportation, commuting options, and a city where our environment and our climate is protected. Now, I'm not going to be able to get into the details of each of these topics tonight. I'm sure some of you are happy to be along that request. But I'd like to offer a few highlights. First, like our population, our economy is growing. We've been on an incredible journey as we've grown from a small regional center to a global world-class city that is rising up through inclusive growth. New Haven has been long an economic center for healthcare, higher education, arts and culture, and restaurant, food service industries. And while we continue to invest in and grow these core pillars of our economy, we are also rapidly expanding into fast-growing new sectors that will help drive our future economy. In particular, bio, neuro, and life sciences, technology and quantum technology, the data sciences, and most recently climate technology. Growing the number of affordable housing units is critical for our residents, but we also want to make sure more and more of our residents can afford the market rate units that are being built as well, and that's about jobs. To this end, we're aggressively working to further strengthen and expand our career pathways initiative to connect New Haveners to good paying jobs in both growing and emerging industries. In fact, just the other week, the U.S. Acting Secretary of Labor, Julie Su, was in town at Gateway to highlight and celebrate the successes of our career pathways initiatives at our local colleges and our high schools. Through collaborations with Gateway Community College, Southern Connecticut State University, and Gateway Public Schools, the private sector, and other nonprofit partners, more of our students and young adults are getting connected to meaningful career explorations and opportunities, real-world training, and industry certifications. New Haven Public Schools now offers 17 different industry certifications in fields such as advanced manufacturing, computer engineering, and several health science careers, to name a few. This fall, we'll be launching a new bioscience pathway housed in the 101 College building, Biolabs classroom, where our high school students will meet and collaborate with some of the world's leading scientists. We visited this site that is not open yet on Friday. It is just remarkable. I look forward to bringing you all there to see this classroom. In New Haven, we have a promise that kids who choose to can go to college. We need a promise that every child has a pathway to success, no matter what they do. Outside our schools and universities, this year we invested $1 million in career pathways grants across 10 partner organizations. And that's connecting over 1,000 young people to workforce education, training, and certification initiatives. And this year we'll be announcing another $1 million in grants as well. And we're also working to support our local homegrown entrepreneurs with Small Business Resource Center. It supports residents looking to start up or scale their business through professional support, training, resources, networking, and access to capital. Over the past year, there have been 74 graduates of the DNA of an Entrepreneurship program, 16 of which have already started their own business. We can credit for launch this last week. Similarly, in partnership with the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven this past year, the New Haven Equitable Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, NHE3 initiative was launched, which has begun to award an anticipated 750 grants to help support and sustain existing emerging local entrepreneurs as they create jobs, establish economic independence, and build generational wealth, with a particular focus on historically marginalized Black, Brown, and female entrepreneurs. You all supported funding for that program as well. Now that I've talked about housing and jobs, our schools are growing and getting stronger every day. This school year, we welcomed a new superintendent, Dr. Madeline McGraw, and she has hit the ground running. Laser focus on student attendance, a strong school culture, and new literacy. And by the way, Cosmo does another article in New Haven. I think they've got to highlight how the superintendent has serious answers. My cell phone voicemail box, and if you're a parent of a public school student, yours is full as well. With the number of my calls, I and my fellow parents get from Dr. Run here at NDS Public Schools to make sure that our children are in schools. And during the 2021-22 school year, we were not in a good place. We all know that. Our chronic absenteeism rate peaked at 60% as the pandemic upended our lives in our schools. But thanks so much to so many individuals, our teachers, administrators, and staff are making incredible progress with chronic absenteeism. And we had a 33% chronic absenteeism rate during the first half of this school year. So we still have a long way to go, with the state average around 19%. But we're on the right path, and we're going to keep at it to make sure that we're supporting our students and fostering an environment where every student feels valued and motivated to attend school every day. In addition, this year, all our elementary schools have implemented our new literacy curriculum, anchored in the science of reading. And outside of school day, this school year, our New Tutoring Initiative is working with 16 different nonprofit organizations to provide over 800 elementary school students with high dosage after-school tutoring in reading. double the number of organizations and double the number of students from our initial 2020 summer pilot. Finally, schools are at their best when they are not only an anchor of learning in the lives of our children, but when they are an anchor in the life of our communities as well. And it was exciting when just last week we joined U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona when we celebrated two of our schools, Fairhaven School of Fame, being awarded $2.5 million federal grant to become full-service community schools. This initiative, led by Clifford Beers Community Care Center in partnership with New Haven Public Schools and 14 other municipal and community-based organizations, will expand the academic and enrichment programs, services, and supports available to Fairhaven students and families, help further activate the schools to serve the community in a coordinated way beyond the traditional school day, and hopefully serve as a model we can learn from and replicate in other schools. We was all in order for spearheading that mission. Now, while housing, jobs, and education are core to our success, our community and our neighborhoods are only the best and grow when our residents are enjoying the high quality of life. With great parks and other local places to connect with others, the ability to commute safely and easily on foot, bike, public transportation, or car, and the peace of mind that comes with living on a street and in a neighborhood that is free from violence and crime. The good news is that on all of these fronts, we are making progress. When it comes to public safety, our multi-pronged approach to reduce gun violence is working. See Chief James here in the audience. Violent crime continues to fall. Since January 22, violent crime is down 28.5%, and the year-over-year is down 5.8%. We have much more work to do here, but we are making progress. Adding to the technology enhancements we've made in recent years, our real-time crime center at police headquarters is now fully operational. It is the new nerve center for real-time information that is enabling our officers and detectives to get the intelligence they need to respond to, investigate, and solve major crimes. And I'd like to thank the Alders for supporting the historic investment in public safety to allow this infrastructure. Through strategic law enforcement, a community policing approach, state-of-the-art technology, violence prevention and interruption programs, community resources and supports, and cross-departmental collaboration, our streets are not only safer, but we're actually connecting individuals who are at the greatest risk of committing or being a victim of an act of gun violence with the supports they need to stay safe, alive, and out of jail, and successfully reintegrate into the community. We are making progress, more work to do. Through our press initiative, we're employing evidence-based practices, supportive case management, and coordinated service delivery to those returning from incarceration. And the results have been remarkable. It's clear in the numbers, correctional institutions send around 900 individuals back home to New Haven. Tragically, the state average is that up to 32% of individuals released from discharge from correctional facilities are reincarcerated within the first year, up to 45% within the first 2 years, and up to 61% within 3 years. That is a public policy failure if ever there was one. However, among the approximately 160 clients who have been involved in the press initiative since the program started about 2 years ago, the recidivism rate is remarkable, 14%. So this year we're expanding press to serve more clients, expand those services offered, and also extend services and support to families of those individuals recovering from incarceration. We don't talk about the press program enough, which is kind of ironic given the name. But this program is working, and it is a model. It sends a message that in New Haven, we welcome you home, and we want you to stay home. Elm City Compass, our new crisis response team, completed its first full year of operation in 2023. Whether it's a mental health issue, substance use issue, or a homelessness issue, we're employing social service response to these situations to ensure the right person with the right skills at the right time is there to help people out. Complementing and supporting the work of the New Haven first responders to 911 calls and through outreach, Compass has responded to over 1,000 calls since the first launch in November of 2022. And when we're talking about safety, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about complete streets. When it comes to commuting on our streets, we will continue to implement our Safe Routes for All plan and major corridors project to make our roads safer for all users, pedestrians, cyclists, riders. We're committed to expanding our 48 miles of bikeways to 128 miles of bikeways. And this year we'll be getting started on our most ambitious bike and pedestrian project yet, the extension of the Shoreline Greenway Trail. A 4.4-mile route that will be connecting the Farmington Canal Trail to the rest of the Shoreline Greenway. With this new link, new neighbors will be able to travel at bike per foot from downtown up the coast. A growing city also needs a growing public transportation network. The good news isn't right here as well. Bus rapid transit is coming to the young city. Design and planning are now underway for a historic $150 million project in our public and transportation network that will provide faster, more frequent, more reliable, and greener bus service up and down major corridors of Pittsfield Avenue, Columbus Avenue, Grand Avenue, and Whaley Avenue. Construction is expected to begin in 2026, with bus rapid transit beginning in 2029. This will be a game changer for our city and our communities, and the routes will also extend into our neighboring towns. What else is growing? Our commitment to parks, green spaces, and climate. New is blessed with over 2,200 acres of park across 100 sites, and 96% of residents live within a 10-minute walk from the park. But similar to LCI and the number of housing units they need to inspect, that's a lot of park to cover. And there's simply not enough park staff to provide the type of maintenance and care that our residents want and that our parks deserve. So in my budget, I'll be proposing separating out parks and public works and increasing the number of park staff so that every neighborhood has parks that are clean, well-maintained, and accessible. Excitingly, this year we will also begin construction of our newest flagship park, Long Wharf Park and Waterfront. This 18-acre shoreline site is a gem of the city, and the walking side is amazing for everyone who travels along 95. And it is used every day by hundreds of neighborhood residents from the county. Thanks to a $12.1 million investment from the state, this shoreline area will be transformed with an upgraded promenade, playground, outdoor fitness equipment, bike paths, public benches, furniture, and of course, food truck.
Mayor Ilker, you say you oppose violence.
I'm almost done, and I'm happy.
You oppose Israel's massacre of Palestinians in Gaza. Do you support a ceasefire, like 50 cities around the country have already done?
So I'm almost done with my speech, and I'm happy to talk to you.
Support a ceasefire.
And by the way,
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire Think about the children.
How many children? This is our money. This is our taxpayers. We've been putting in a resolution 2 months ago. You've done nothing.
2 months you've taken. Shame. Shame on you. 2 months. 120 days. Think about the children. Ceasefire now.
What will I tell them?
Again, I'm happy to talk with you afterwards.
We've been trying to talk with you for 3 months. Don't tell us afterwards.
120 days. You all seen the images. You all seen the videos. You all seen the children. Shame on you. Shame on you. How many kids did you kill today? You know why we're here.
This is the public comment that we wanted, right?
We're asking you now. Will you move it forward?
You can ask the mayor, that's not up to the mayor.
We're asking
So,
all
I
of
don't
you.
know why you're
All of you.
interrupting
We've
the
been asking
mayor.
for 2 months.
I do not understand why you are interrupting the mayor.
You do understand. You do why. Stop stalling. You are accountable to the people.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
The order
Shame on you. Shame on you.
I already said, interrupting the mayor is on you. And I will be around. So basically, you want to get the group together and just let them finish that, because I already said I'm gonna be around when this is over, so we can continue doing business of the city. So I already said, as the president of the Board of Alders, you should be directing it to me, because I'm the person that you actually. I'm gonna need you, I'm gonna need you to just wait a second, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. So I already said, let the mayor finish, we continue doing our business, and then I will be around at the end of the meeting to talk to anybody that would like to talk. That's it.
This is
That's it. Oh, okay. Well, we gonna do this thing right now, is what I'm saying. So now, either we're gonna move this or kind of. Ceasefire now! We're gonna take 5 minutes and just go back and forth. So.
Stop your stalling while you wait, the bombs are falling. Hey, Alders, stop your stalling while you wait, the bombs are falling. Hey, Alders, stop your stalling.
Wait, the bombs are falling. It is not true, babe. It is true. It's not true. You ain't not ready to go. It's not one or the other. We can do it all. But you won't be respectful when you're doing it, right? This is not the time to be respectful.
It's been 2 months now.
Respectful is what they call us.
How much more patience do you want in 2 months?
This is not okay.
120 days.
And people are gonna say something. It's important.
You're making excuses for genocide.
Listen, we're staying in the organizer. Here, just start with the phone. Maybe, oh, she's not here no more? She what? Oh, okay, who's the next organizer? Got you.
You're all here.
I'm asking for the organizer.
One person.
Oh, everybody's the organizer. So whoever's in charge, I want.
No one's in charge.
All in charge.
No one's in charge.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and
Occupation.
Money for jobs and
Education, not for war and occupation.
money for
Business, education, not for war and occupation. Education, not for war and occupation. Money from jobs and education, not for war and occupation.
ceasefire of genocide.
New Haven, pick a side, ceasefire or genocide. New Haven, pick a side, ceasefire or genocide. New Haven, pick a side, ceasefire or genocide. New Haven, pick a side, ceasefire or genocide. New Haven, pick a side, ceasefire or genocide. Ceasefire or genocide. Ceasefire or genocide.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! 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 We're anti-war in this town!
Get up, get down.
We're anti-war in this town!
Get up, get down.
We're anti-war in this town!
Get up, get down. Get up, get down. Get up, get down. Get up, get down.
Can we talk about the ceasefire resolution, please? Not around the winter, right? This is the public comment that we need, right?
This is us considering our board meeting.
No business as usual.
Alders, stop your stalling while you wait, the bombs are falling.
Alders, stop your stalling while you wait, the bombs are falling.
Stop your stalling.
While you wait, the bombs are falling.
Stop your stalling.
While you wait, the bombs are falling.
Stop your stalling.
While you wait, the bombs are falling.
Stop your stalling.
While you wait, the bombs are falling.
Money for jobs and education.
We are gonna
not
finish
for war and occupation.
Get
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
You will be executed. Don't make it hard.
Ceasefire now!
We want to finish what we're doing and you want to be heard. So it's a pathway to do both. And I'm giving you that option. But I mean, it's going to be other alternatives because we got something to do. So what I'm asking you for the very last time, and I'm actually asking you very humbly, is to allow us to
March
finish
out
our
for
business.
Palestine! March out for Palestine! March out for Palestine!
March out for Palestine! March out for Palestine! March out for Palestine!
What are you telling me? You came into us, lost every member of the family. You one Board of Alders tell me. What are you telling New Haven elementary school students who have lost every single member of their family? Someone please tell me. What do I tell them? No one can answer.
Gotta do city business first, or border therapy.
You're not gonna stay here until we get moved to the committee.
Your
That's not what we're
silence
doing
is
tonight.
violence.
I thought you just said y'all was marching out for Palestine. Which one you doing? I just
You're not cute. You're being rude. It's not cute.
I'm not being rude, I'm asking you what's going on, because I see this.
People are mad.
I understand.
I live in this city.
So
work
do I,
in this
I
city.
do care. You don't know me.
We are.
I care a lot, actually.
Sheer luck. If he's Palestinian, I'm here to show him that I will fight for my son.
I
We want to finish city business. We want to finish.
We will occupy the space. We will occupy it.
Okay. But when we going to, you want to hear?
How many of you have children?
Me.
Yeah? Okay, well, what would you say to your children? What do you say about children being blown to pieces?
I think it's
every single
terrible.
day for 121 days?
It is terrible. Kids like me are dying.
I'm gonna finish the city business right now, and I'm gonna be around, like I said, to have the conversation with whoever wanna have it. Okay, so we gonna finish the city business, or you gonna need actually?
What is more serious than people dying?
Listen,
Can you
listen.
actually?
Can I say something? Can I say something, please? At this point, there's more division that's happening in this world, and we need to be coming together. I can feel it in the air just in this room right now.
Come together with
But
a
listen,
ceasefire.
please listen to me. Please, I'm with y'all. We're here, and we need to be in solidarity together, not just for the kids in Palestine, but for the Black folks who are dying in New Haven. Listen to me, please. We are trying to make the connection, and we want to make sure that we are in allyship together. But right now, if you could just see, there's anger in this room on both sides, and we're making schisms.
So let's talk about it.
Please, we
Ceasefire.
can't. We want
Now!
to talk about it, and we will
Go,
talk
go.
about it.
Sorry.
But
When does this affect black people? Since when does this country care about black people?
if we can't listen, if we can't listen to each other, we can't make progress. If we can't listen to each other, we can't make progress. Listen. If we can't listen to each other, we can't make progress.
My black ancestors would be ashamed if I
We understand that.
this is not important.
At this point, we're gonna continue the city business. If you are yelling and shouting, you'll be asked to leave. If you do not leave, you will be arrested. Officers are responding now. Please file out if you're gonna be loud or disrupt the city business. This is your first warning.
This is how you listen?
Yeah.
You trying to arrest us?
After the meeting, that's been said. This is your second warning. You must allow us to resume the city business or you'll be asked to leave. This is your second warning. This is the third warning. We will be clearing out anybody that is disrupting the city business. If you want to stay and wait after to speak to the alders, you may do so. But we will clear out who is disrupting the city business. Thank you.
All right. You want to continue? What do you want to do? Mr. Mayor, you feel like
You back to what we do with these.
or you just want to? It's up to you. 'Cause I got this to take care of. I get my business.
I want to get at.
So I'm leaving it up. You did up what it was.
All right, we made our points here. All right, let's all march out together for Palestine, all right? You got that? You don't want any of us to get arrested tonight, okay? All right, march out for Palestine. March out for Palestine. Ceasefire now. 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 Ceasefire now.
We need quiet for the mayor.
What's that? Thank you. In conclusion, to my fellow neighbors, the state of our city is small. And as we walk towards our 250th anniversary, it is inevitable. We will continue to grow, because everything our city is, and everything we have to offer. We will become the most populated city in Connecticut, but we must grow on our own, ensuring that each of our longtime behavior residents benefit from this growth through the creation of thousands more affordable housing units, through the education and training of our young people and adults who deserve access to our growing economy, through the improved quality of life and high-quality parks and environment that bring clean air and sustainable life for another 250 years. Yes, we will continue to have challenges, but our future is bright. And by continuing to work together, our city will continue to become one where every one of our residents has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you so much, everybody.
Any first time, is it still low back there?
Yeah.
Okay. And to any first time visitors of the Board of Alders, welcome to our chambers. As president, I like to make sure that everybody is respected, and that's what I do. So, everybody's always welcome. And sometimes I know people emotions get in the way and all of that stuff, but if we're not listening to each other, we can't hear each other.
Right.
So, I like to run things a certain way. And I don't move, I like to get necessary to move. And I'll get what is necessary. I appreciate the people in the back that stayed and that's quiet, because I'm gonna be around at the end, like I said. But we got some things to take care of, so thank you. And thank you to everybody that decided to go through. And then as well, Mr. Majority.
I move approval of the journal of the January 16, 2024 Board of Alders meeting. Second.
The item has been moved and second. Are there any corrections to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Ms. Brooks.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I move item 1 from the tax collector, order of tax refunds, February 5, 2024.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority.
I move the item. Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Ms. Brooks.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on items 2 through 13. 2, from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer submitting a request to approve the order concerning rolling street closures for the annual Shamrock and Roll Run Whitney Avenue, a 5K rate scheduled for March 3rd, 2024. 3, order concerning real property taxes on Regine B. Blakely on motor vehicle tax account 54848. 4, order concerning real property taxes.
Ceasefire resolution now!
On motor vehicle tax accounts 55673, 81644, 55815, and 55755. 5, order concerning real property taxes of Borough Durham on motor vehicle tax account 84265 and 65009. 6, order concerning real property taxes of Hassan T. Frazier on motor vehicle tax accounts 085423 and 69111. 7, order concerning real property tax of Maria Hernandez on motor vehicle tax accounts 73737, 86875, 73690, 73691, and 73990. 8, order concerning real property tax of Raphael and Marty on motor vehicle tax accounts 89505 and 81712. 9, order locating the current collection of real property taxes due from William B. Meyer on his residence 193 Dover Street, grand list of 2022. 10, order concerning real property taxes of Carlos D. Affirmative on motor vehicle tax accounts 699-874 and 765-468. 11, order concerning real property taxes of Gordon L. Sr. on motor vehicle tax accounts 98715, 94210, 99252, and 96772. 12, order concerning real property taxes of Timothy J. Stevens Jr. on motor vehicle tax accounts 01416, 99062, and 99061. And 13, order concerning real property taxes of John Stewart on motor vehicle tax accounts 552734.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority.
I move these items, Madam Chair. Second, Madam President.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm going to speak on items number 3 through 13. And each of these items, except for 9, are considered to be held with interest. And I ask that we approve the waiving of the interest so we can recuperate a total of $4,800 in taxes. For item number 9, Mr. Mayor is eligible for the organized to do for the collection. He meets the criteria, so it has also support for this item, and as a support, items 3 to 13 to be approved this evening. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I know items 14 through 42. Under first readings, I know items 43 and 44. Bringing us to miscellaneous, motions to amend matters previously adopted. I move items 45 and 46. 45 from Alder Place from Walker Myers, submitting a motion to amend LM-2022-0508. The communication title from the Economic Development Administrator, submitting a resolution under the Board of Alders, authorizing the city to apply for and accept a grant from the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development in the amount of $1,300,000 and to partner with West River Housing Company, LLC, to support the environmental remediation of the property located at 16 Mill Street, submitted on November 21st, 2022, and previously adopted on February 6th, 2023, to amend the order to include an additional request in the amount of $650,000 to address additional costs for the environmental remediation of the property located at 16 Mill Street. 46, from Alder Jeanette Morrison, submitting a motion to amend LM-2017-0218, the communication titled Order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven approving the amendment to the land disposition agreement for the property known as 55 Dixwell Avenue, originally approved by the Board of Alders May 15, 2017, and amended on April 15, 2019, and again amended on April 19, 2021, and again amended on October 3rd, 2022. It's hereby amended to amend the expiration of the Board of Alders order from October 3rd, 2023, unless extended A, by the Board of Alders, or B, by the Executive Director of the Office of Economic Development for a period not to exceed a further 12 months, and with written notice to the Board of Alders. So this order will expire and be of no further force and effect 12 months from the date of amendment of this order, unless extended A, by the Board of Alders, or B, by the Executive Director of the Office of Economic Development for a period not to exceed a further 12 months, and with written notice to the Board of Alders.
Second.
The items have been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will consult the person. Are there any? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Hi, how are you?